The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. Once more, do we go into the breach, dear friends?
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
And what else do we have happening out here today? Well, a little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll. If I can turn this up so I can hear myself. Yep, it's that time of year again when it's hard to hear yourself over that blowing air conditioner down here in Florida. This morning it was cold. By this afternoon it was roasting and 85 in the White House. So we had to turn the air conditioning on. So we will see it. So, okay. What else do we have going on here? Well, we'll take a look at what it is at the moment. S&P's up 2.5 at the moment. And what do we got? 49 on the Dow, -3 on the NASDAQ. It's been all over the place, up, down, and around. A couple things weighing on the market. One is this memo deal from Washington, which will now come out tomorrow. When they said it wasn't going to come out today, originally they said it was going to be out this afternoon. They said, well, we're going to hold it for one more day. And so that puts it, I suspect, sometime tomorrow afternoon. The market took a breath of relief, figuring that they wouldn't be going at each other with muskets on Capitol Hill. And then kind of the reality, well, it's going to come back tomorrow anyway, came back. And then everybody started thinking about all these earnings tonight. We'll be taking a look at those and kind of talking about some of the other stuff going on, current earnings today, kind of the surprise. I will say I will take a round of, what do I call that? I can't remember.
I informed you thusly.
Yes, I did. I informed you thusly. And that was that I told you do not pay attention to the first few liners. Wait for the conference call. And, of course, you would have been on the far side of many things. Facebook was down to 176 last night. Was up to 195 pre-market earlier. Went back down to 187. It's printing off about 193. And if there's any conference call that's ever mattered, it is this round of earnings, and probably the next ones too, as these guys kind of go through how the tax change is going to impact them, what they have to take off their books, what they can put back on their books. A lot of this is financial gymnastics. But not everybody reads charts. A lot of people are all into and in the fundamental game. And if you're playing very long term, probably a pretty smart idea. If you get 1.5 million shares of some stock, you're not getting out in a day. You're not getting out in a week. You may not even get out in a month. So you've got to know what you've got. And it's more important that you've got a company that won't lose and go to zero than making a lot of money sometimes on Wall Street. It's the return of your money that's more important than the return on your money, the return of your money. And a little bit of that. But, for all the end of the world Armageddon stuff, I suspect if that is true, we've talked about it for the last 10, maybe even 14 days. My guess is that it is next week. We've got a little bit of fun buying that's really going to start coming in today. My guess is that's going to really kind of accelerate in the last 30 minutes of today and into tomorrow. But this memo coming out my guess is they may even have a lot of people. They can still legally buy to the third trading day of the month. That means that Monday you could see a big pop in the market when the fund money comes back in, or at least the market not head lower and find a seller for every buyer. But we get into Monday, Tuesday, and this market can't sharply rally. To me, much better bet on some of the stocks that have popped, that haven't made it back up to the top, that do that double repo pattern. That's where I'd be looking. My guess is somewhere starting around the 5th and through the 8th for possible government shutdown. This one will probably be more extensive and may not have an easy answer or a way for either party to lose gracefully. And that's probably the bigger worry, I suspect, of anything, if you could actually get the people to tell the truth. Man, wouldn't that be a great game show? I think I'd be the most popular game show on CNBC if I just dragged people in from the finance community, and we had kind of like a, what are those, not an EMT, the MRI, and could actually tell when they were telling the truth on a lie. You gave them a big electric shock when they lied, and it would be called Tell the Truth. And if you didn't, you get a big zap, maybe multiple zaps. I probably wouldn't be shy about giving away zaps. But I think that would be the most highly rated show on CNBC, my thought. Just wild ideas out there. Okay, what else do we have? Well, that's kind of it. We're all waiting for earnings tonight. We're waiting for some political issues to get solved. Fund and government shutdowns are looming just 7 days away. So going to be kind of a very interesting week. Got a lot of stocks moving up and down. We'll have to have time to get to them. So why don't we do a little bit of history right now?
That it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
It is history repeating. Yeah, and on this day, what happened? Well, in 1982, the Intel 8286 processor is shipping in 6 and 8 megahertz versions. Woo! It was employed for the IBM PC-AT, introduced in 1984, and then widely used in most PC-AT compatible computers till the early 90s. The 286, as it was known, most commonly called, paved the way for the PC, and now the Macintosh as we know it. And I was looking to see how many they actually sold of these. And the problem is that with so many different models, it would have taken a week to add them all up. But pretty huge and dominant in the marketplace. AMD finally kind of came in behind them. With Intel shipping somewhere around 400 million processors of all kinds last year. Would you know what percentage of that is actually the percentage of all processors sold last year? Bueller? We'll answer that on the other side.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're back. Continuing to watch a little up and down. Now we're down on the S&P 500, 1.5 points. Again, going to be all over the place, I suspect, all the way through tomorrow, as we have both political and earnings issues coming before us. As we said, as we went into the break, Intel shipped some 400 million processors last year of all kinds. And what percentage do you think that is of all processors sold last year? Would you believe 1%? Intel makes 1% of all processors made. They are literally in everything from microwaves to things. Some products have thousands of processors in them. Most of these things are pretty small. We think of Intel as the big processor company at the high end of the cloud and that kind of stuff. Of course, there are other people making specialized processors for very, very fast computers. Intel kind of dabbles in that. They don't spend a lot. Cray, some of those other companies. Of course, they don't make many at all either. But there's processors in everything from greeting cards these days to your refrigerator. They're everywhere. Intel pulling back to support today, which is in that upper $47 range after having very good earnings, coming up on 87 million shares. Back down today with 14 million shares and coming to that $47 level. And we've got kind of a little interesting doji out here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Kind of hard to see all these things instantly selling off. I would much rather see, I know a lot of people are fairly bearish, I would much rather see 2, 3, 4 days up and then a failure to actually bring anything up that would be more meaningful. Don't have it now. Let's go through some earnings and then we'll go through after the bell tonight. OTEX, which is Open Text Corporation, huge breakout of a long consolidation. Let's take a look at this out here. How long does this go out here? It's fairly long. Back to September 22nd of 2016. And it blew through there like a hot knife through butter. I don't think you can say anything out of it. Lots of volume, a very long time. I'm going to say 15, 16 months. 16 months. Pretty good one. Anyway, off like a rocket today. Again, you want to wait to not chase it. 35, high 34s, high 35 would be interesting if this thing ever comes back there. But a bona fide breakout higher. Vertex Pharmaceuticals came out last night. VRTX, did I say? VRTX. VRTX was out. This thing had a nice open. Been selling off almost all through the rest of the day. Not much volume either, 3.5 million shares compared to the 17 million share high on July 25th of last year. When you come back and look at it, this the leg coming off this December 7th low just never ever had really a lot of energy, and it's kind of just fading up here. Now, which is Service Now, another one. This one's up 3.5% at 154.07 for the last tick. A valid break higher and a second gap. You could almost say a third gap on a small time frame. You'd like this thing to kind of fall back to about 137. There's a little gap out there with this thing popped up with some volume on the 16th of January. So that looks kind of interesting. On the downside today is UPS. And if you bought this one, probably not real happy. I'm going to give it the loser horn of the day. And that is they're just going to be spending a lot of money. Earnings actually weren't that bad, but they actually talked about how long-term they would be better off with this new tax policy to spend a ton of cash. Nobody wanted to hear the word investment. They wanted to hear how all this cash was going to be an instant drop to the future not premiums. What am I thinking out here? To instant gratification, let me put it that way. And they're going to be turning back a lot. They are working very hard to get in line and help Walmart go after Amazon. And a lot of that money they're going to spend is to do that last mile delivery system. And that is going to help probably Amazon and Walmart both, but my thought is that a lot of these guys already see Amazon hiring all their own delivery folks, hiring their own planes, and they know that it's not going to be very long before Amazon tries to eat them, and they get Amazon. So they're going to start spending some cash. No one wanted to see that cash being spent. They wanted to all see it going into their pocket in the next quarter, and it will not be. Another loser out here today is PayPal. Christmas wasn't all that good for them, basically what it amounts to. A little head of and over the tips of their skis. This was down fairly exciting with 36.4 million shares already. That goes into the 10 million share high of November 27th. So you've already spiked that. You're kind of underneath it. You could see PayPal kind of move back around to this last gap, which takes you back to $70. Not the end of the world, but a decent enough pullback. Its brethren, eBay, is on the upside. And what can you say about that? It gets the party horn. Yep, eBay gets the party horn. A huge break up and away with decent volume out here again. Don't want to chase it, but if this thing gets back to about 41 bucks, and maybe 42, 41 on light volume, this may be one of the performers of the year. It's been kind of poor for a while, or certainly underperforming, and especially when you've had a market that moves straight up, as we've had, the stocks that really don't participate last year tend to play catch up until the crest in the market comes. That looks like that's what that one is doing. JD.com, which is a Chinese internet company, a little down today, not a lot of volume, so not much to be out there. As we talked about it at the beginning of the show, Facebook, I see that it happened with Intel, and we saw that it happened with other companies too, but last night, Facebook, everybody is just so bearish on it. As I said, I'm always worried when all the press decides to come down on companies like Intel and Apple and Facebook all at once. I always smell something different, and it's generally a unpleasant, earthy smell. Everybody get together and yell and protect. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And what do we got going on here? Just looking through a few of these. We're off 2 points on the S&P cash. No big deal. Okay, we have anything? We looked at you now. We looked at UPS. We looked at Facebook. PayPal, eBay, DD, Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft's earnings call was very good. I was kind of surprised that it didn't do better in the aftermarket. Thought it was actually going to do even a little bit better today. Got 96.07. Maybe it's a characteristic of the market. I still suspect that this thing hits $100 here in the next few days, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Maybe the end of fund buying. This thing is going to ring the bell, I'm pretty sure, before the market heads lower, significantly lower anyway, and hits $100. And that may be what rings the bell for the market, but you never know. You can always email me at path@tfnn.com. You can call me at 877-927-6648. And of course, you can post a message in the den. Okay, great show as always. Can you look at GSUM, an analytics company? Okay. To grid sum. Industrial products. Okay. Grid sum holdings. It's had some volume here lately, which kind of looks kind of interesting. Let's take a look at this. GSUM. Do they have anything behind them? These Chinese companies, you always have to kind of worry about what's going on. Let's find out actually what these guys do. Okay, data analysis software for multinational and domestic enterprises in China. Proprietary distributed data architecture allows its customer to collect and analyze vast amounts of information. Okay, you know what they call these kind of companies? They're called data silos. The company offers web dissector to analyze customer websites. Okay, so it's all the things that a great dictatorship wants to go back and find out what people are doing in their country and whether they're going to overthrow them or not. And these guys make it. Now, do they have? See, let's take a quick look at their financials. Do they actually have anything? 346 million gross profit. Is that gross profit or gross? Do they have that? Well, at least they're saying they got some money. Of course, there's absolutely no way to check any of that. The chart looks pretty good, and of course, you've got a huge move off the bottom out here. But again, man, I hate making any calls on China stocks because you just don't know. You literally don't know anything, whether it's all 100% real, if it's 200% better than what they say, or if it's all made out of whole cloth and it's just something that's in the matrix, and you want to take the red pill or the blue pill and you don't know which. Looks interesting. I'm just always extremely gun shy on these. No analyst can tell you the truth. On. I'm still hooked up. Is that it? Am I back? Don't know. We'll be back in a minute. Oh, I'm back on? Okay. I still have 4 minutes to go. Don't know what happened there. Maybe the air conditioning that everybody's turning on down here in Florida is sapping all the power for everyone else. You never know. Let's see. Got any more emails out here? Got a few. I want to thank Dan for sending me the T-shirt with Oddball on it for my comments about how much I hated the negative waves that I was getting last week. They were just getting too much for me. I just wanted someone to say something righteous just for one day. And he sent me a great T-shirt. I got to put this in the den so other people can take a look at this T-shirt because it is actually good. Okay, so what else do we have? Oh, that was grid sum. Again, chart looks good. Who knows about what's going on in the company? I've played those clips before where big men of Wall Street say that there's absolutely no way to check anything about what they say on Chinese companies because they won't let you in. They just assume you're spying for the CIA and you get nothing. So, you know, same reason I won't get wrapped up in Bitcoin. I just never know. I would, at this point, I've got my sizable fortune, and the return of my money is more valuable than the return on my, of my money is more important than the return on my money. And I'll take a look at that. Okay, let's see if there's anything else out here we want to take a look at. Oh, got a few more. Alibaba, B-A-B-A. Then we're going to try to get to the earnings tonight and after the bell, and we'll do a little bit of Nostradamus. You heard of Nostradamus. Well, I'm going to do a little Nostradamus for after the bell tonight, and we'll see how well we did. I thought Facebook would be the one that dipped. It kind of did, but I thought that Microsoft would go higher. And we'll see. See how good I am at divining the truth. Anyway, Alibaba came out, been kind of up and down today. But it's right back at the support of November 22nd, 191.75. That had 26 million shares. You got 42 million shares already, and it's just a tick back in that trading range. And just a lot of these stocks may just be a little bit highly optimistic. Maybe they pull back and give us an opportunity in the next quarter for earnings. And see if there's anything else. Well, we're off 1 on the S&P as we get ready to go to the break. Dow's up 15. The Nasdaq's off 14. And is there one other thing I wanted to take a look at out here? I got a question to take a look at UVXY. UVXY. And you've had the first little bit of volatility in the UVXY. Got up to 1314, which is not bad off this 852. I tend to think that I have to make 200 or 300 or 400% when these things go, and I don't trade it unless I can. Again, I'm starting to see the first ticks that would make me think that there may be some money in this, but I don't see the super high numbers. And it's something that look through. So you had a little bit of movement out. My guess is if there's a play in this, it's going to be next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'll keep an eye out and let you know. But right now, I guess this thing's headed back down to lower prices in the very back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks! Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we dropped out during the last segment, but we've had lots of internet problems down here around Clearwater and Tampa for the last day and a half. And the supplier, which is Frontier, does all its backhaul with CenturyLink. And CenturyLink's been doing upgrades on their backhaul systems. And that has screwed up all kinds of stuff down here in Florida. But especially in Tampa. And of course, a couple of days without 911, a lot of older people down here need to be able to call the hospital. And of course, the cops. It's been a problem. Okay, so what else do we have? We wanted to go into that. I don't see anything right now. And again, I kind of like to see this really work out with a very high level of a very high summation index in the NYSE, and we don't really have that. It's kind of ticked down a little bit. My guess is that this is a nice little bounce that tells you it's alive, but what you want to see is something that lasts 5, 6, 7, 8 days down, and you can see how quickly VIX dies every time the market doesn't instantly continue lower. So could we get a bounce in the UVXY? I think you can, but my thoughts are this thing would come back down. And if we see some kind of spike and roll over next week, that may be the opportunity. Okay, so what do I have here? That's not what I was looking for. Yeah, I'll get another one out here. Okay. Earnings. Where's earnings? There they are. We've got earnings, lots of earnings. Of course, this is Thursday, so let me get to those here. Okay. There we go. Of course, Apple is at promptly at 430, as everybody else said. I continue to wonder about some of these stocks that are being well advanced, maligned by the press, when the press almost always gives these guys, carte blanche. Remember when the employees of Foxconn were jumping off the roofs? You kind of have to think that the management in Chinese companies is actually pretty smart. Did they change anything in the company? No. They put nets out. So when they do jump, they don't die. So that's kind of good. Save your employee. a lot less expensive than actually paying them anymore or cutting down on their hours. Anyway, Apple, that never even hurt Apple. All the other things that hurt Apple. This slowdown thing, kind of interesting. But even when we heard the SEC investigating Apple, didn't do much. But when the press turned against them, the tech press in the Silicon Valley area, this thing did kind of pull back. There's a lot of stories about lower iPhone 10 sales. My understanding has always been that these guys already knew that the iPhone 10 was a temporary fix, that they're going to come out with the new iPhones with those new fingerprint sensors we've talked about with Tom O'Brien in the Tech Insider Hour on Friday. So I didn't expect it to last that long. It's mildly better, but they're going to get rid of the notch. They're going to have a much bigger, better fingerprint sensor in it. And at Consumer Electronics Show, everybody in the ones that already had this device from, what was it, Synaptics down there in Texas, was much, they thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. It worked extremely well, but it was like 10 times the resolution of the previous thumbprint scanner. These things work by literally seeing through the screen, and the low resolution of the one that they had been using was not all that good. They stuck, what was the company? They gave it $500 million to start building those for them already, and I guess that was to get it up in a hurry. I'm wondering if everybody just isn't a little bit too negative on the stock going into this. They've been hammering it for a handful of days. All the bad news already in it, maybe too many late to the party shorts. I don't think I'd be short this thing. It does look like this could get back down to 158 if everything is horrible. But my guess is they're going to talk about bringing that $260 billion back. They've talked about spending a bunch of it and $35 billion in the U.S. in the next 5 years in manufacturing. The question is, what are they going to do with the other $230 billion that they have, and how will they spend it? If we get tonight, if they say something like, you know what we're going to do, we're going to give every shareholder a $10 dividend, I think you're going to get crushed if you're short. And the question is, could they easily do that? And the answer is yes. So one-time dividends, other kinds of things, issues. Probably they'll talk about new products. And, of course, I talked about it yesterday or the day before, how margins may actually increase significantly with those earbuds if they can actually continue to get $150 off an item that cost them $50 as an add-on sale, and just how huge that would be to their bottom line. If you've never ran your own business or understood it, my early days, I worked retail computers, just selling a mouse mat, selling little extra few things that we could sell, made a monster change down on the bottom line. And they used to give us what they called a spiff, a special incentive for sales. And they buy these mouse mats for like $1. And even back then, I think we sold them for $10. And they buy them from $1. They'd give us $2. So they're in it for $3. But we'd hammer it, and they'd keep $7. And it made a monster difference in the bottom line of the company. And that's basically what Apple needs. They need all these fairly inexpensive items to add on. And Apple's talked about all the add-ons to the iPhone that they're working on in the near future, the attachments, and moving from kind of a single item sale to the vacuum cleaner sale, where you sell the Kirby vacuum cleaner and have all the attachments. Well, the earbuds are the first line of the attachments. Might see other things like headphones and other items come down the line that we haven't thought of. I know that they're working on infrared cameras and some other things for specialty items, but I can understand being short at 180. I can't understand being short going into this earnings tonight. My guess is they're going to say something, even if it only lasts a week or half a week. And if you were going to be short this thing, I would certainly wait for 175 and light volume. I just don't see the reason on being short this one. We'll talk about a few more of the earnings after the bell tonight, but everybody just as sour as they can on this company. That's always when these guys pull a rabbit out of their hat.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Achievers rise above the rest, and when they see an opportunity, they take action. Massive action. Achievers capitalize on every resource in order to experience success at its absolute max. And on Wednesday, January 31st, from 5 to 6 p.m., I'll share with subscribers of Mastering Probability how to achieve even more success with the extraordinary tools that I use to call the markets. These tools predicted the Ebola 2015 stock market bottom, the December 2017 gold bottom, and why subscribers added to their mining positions this month as well. Learn the pattern that projects the Dow's next upside target of 30,740. Folks, great moments were born from great opportunity. So don't miss this opportunity to take advantage of my 30-day money-back guarantee for Mastering Probability. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com. Sign up today and reserve your spot for the ultimate subscriber event.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And one last thing, we were talking in the den about being short. I don't like to be short on fun buying days. If everybody decides to crowd the buying aisle all at once, that's always an issue. And going into Friday, I really just don't know how it's going to work. Again, I think that if you want to go short next week, next Wednesday, maybe even seems a lot better situated time-wise for that. You're out of fund buying. You're into the possible shutdown of the government. This may just be the prelude to next week, this first pull down. And I understand that. But what I want to see now is a move higher and failure and no volume. So we'll see. But earnings really haven't been that bad, and they've been pretty strong. And It's just been this tax issue where people tend to be wildly too high or too low, and no one knows because they haven't said at the company what's going on. And we all know what's going on. I like that song. So let's wrap it up here with a minute left to go. Friday's going to be an exciting day. We're off 3 points in the S&P cash. Russell's up 3. Crude oil's up almost $1. Gold's up 6.50. Silver's down 8 cents. And what was the dollar? Let's take a look at this thing at the last time I looked at it. Just continues to go down, 88.51. Got to be good for gold. Don't see any change in that other than the fact that everybody wants all the money in gold in one day. And I suspect this is going to be one of these long-term things where the people that sit on their hands are going to be the ones most rewarded in gold. For the action seeker, maybe they need to go elsewhere in the short term. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to. We will see you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.